Welcome back to TV5 News at 9, everyone. It is time now for Aging in Style with American Retirement Advisors. And joining us now is President and owner Joe Vitale. So, Joe, thank you so much for calling in with us. How are you?
Doing good, Blake. Good morning. How are you? Good to be here.
Yeah, good morning. Good to be here with you. And, with 2022 right around the corner, Joe, many people are reassessing their retirement timelines, where and how they live, as well as other future goals. So today, let's talk finance adjustments for the new year, Joe. Many people have made that move to retire sooner than expected. So what's the best way to start planning in 2022 if they want to retire?
I think we've learned a lot over the last year or so, and some of that is, what can we do without, what should we do, how to get ourselves on a budget, and definitely moving into retirement. We see a lot of people who are like, I'm done, I'm ready to hang it up now, and making sure that the debt's under control, there is no debt, hopefully being out of debt before you retire, or maybe just with a house payment or a car lease. That way it's minimal. So when you transition in, you've got that consistent income, or is there income? So that's what we look at is what kind of debt load is there, how much savings, emergency fund money. We want to make sure we've got that emergency fund, so whatever happens, you've got money available, but also having consistent income. And the biggest thing is people are like, I don't know if I can make it. Do I have enough? Will this work? And that's where we come in. We put a nice compass, a nice roadmap out for the next 30 years, show you how we're going to take it from the different buckets and making sure there's safety, there's growth, and just to make sure that your expenses are covered on a monthly basis and you've got consistent income and how you're going to pull it. So that's it. There's a lot of variables, and we like to help solve the variables. And once they have that, it's a lot easier to transition in.
All right, perfect. So people really shouldn't be deterred if they're kind of considering it, right?
Exactly. Just, you need to know, you need to have that roadmap, and that's a lot of people is just, I wish I had that, and we'll help give that to you.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so if people are looking for safety and return in a very low rate environment, what is the best way to go about that?
Unfortunately, we used to be able to 30 years ago, you go to the bank and you could get a great rate of return for no risk and a lot of safety. It's not there anymore. With inflation, with the rate of return, we're going backwards. So there are options out there. There are a lot of safe options or safer options that you can get a good rate of return, and we'll help you with that. We'll help explore it. And that's where, because again, it's not, people don't know. They're getting tired of the risk. There's a lot of volatility in the market. So there are some options out there that are very safe or safer, and with some really good rates of return. So we can help explore that. And they're, don't just run to the bank and say I got to get a 0.0% because their interest rates out there are just really bad right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good to know, Joe. You know it. It says it in your phone number. Know Joe. Joe knows it all. All right. So let's not forget about our veteran benefits. Tell us how those benefits can actually assist in, paying for care, Joe.
Yeah, well, we love our veterans, especially our wartime veterans who sacrificed during wartime. There's a lot of great benefits called aid and attendance. It's for all wartime veterans and surviving spouses when you need care on a daily basis. So when it comes to assisted living or home care or nursing, there's great benefits that have been around for over 60 years to help our veterans pay for that. But there are limits, and there are income and asset limitations and expense limitations. So we help with that. We have a nonprofit veteran support center in Michigan where we'll help with all that. Give us a call. Erica in our office helps that, and she'll put you in the right direction and make sure that we help our veterans who need help, make sure pay for their care. It's a great benefit.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, yes, we do thank our veterans for their service, so we always want to make sure that they're taken care of. So, Joe, can you tell us about safer income alternatives? What is that?
Absolutely. There's a lot of great strategies out there that have come to the forefront of late. And we see some where we have mitigated risk, where we don't have a whole lot of risk, and very good income and very good rates of return, where we can get a really good, I can't really say, you're going to get this much interest guaranteed, because there's no guarantees per se.
Yeah.
But we're seeing much better alternatives out there with lower risk and giving good income in retirement, which is great because people are looking. So a lot of the institutions are responding right now. We're able to find some really good, with either no risk at all or very low risk, great rates of return. And that's what's important, because as long as we have some good, consistent rates of return, we can have our growth bucket, our tax-free bucket, our safe bucket, and making sure that we have everything allocated. That's what's important. We want to make sure we've got that consistent income and some good rates of return. And we can get that for you. It's just a matter of knowing the best way to do that.
Yeah, of course, and I know you'll explore the best options. So, Joe, of course, inflation has been a hot topic so far this year. So tell us, how can we keep up with the rising cost of pretty much everything?
That's tough, especially with the interest rates the way they are and the market volatility. When you've got market volatility, very low interest rates, inflation going up, that's a recipe for a lot of hurt with a lot of families. So we are always striving to find the best rates of return for our clients. We are finding some really good strategies. One of the things we say is, it's like anything else. You don't have to give in to the inflation per se.
Yeah.
Do you really need to buy that? Do we really need to keep buy, and consume and make inflation go higher because of demand? Or can we look and kind of wait for things to come down a little bit when the supply chain opens up a little bit? And that's one of the things we're talking to, is we do that personally. If we have to, for the Christmas season and everything, we have to buy things and we have to get things, and we're doing everything. But some things we're putting off, some of the bigger purchases, making sure the supply chain comes down, making sure the cost comes down. But other than that, diversification. Making sure that we've got money growing at a good rate of return, making sure we've got some growth buckets, making sure we've got our safe buckets and emergency fund. It's all about being properly allocated, and it's going to help in the long term.
Very good. Joe, I appreciate your insight and knowledge. Thank you so much. Anything else you'd like to add?
Just want to thanks. Wish everybody a happy New Year. It's great. I mean, just very thankful for the year that we've had, and for all of our families and clients and you guys. It's just been wonderful. And happy holidays to everybody. It's just wonderful.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Joe. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you. Thanks for stopping in, as always.
Merry Christmas, Blake. Take care.
All right, you too. And for those of you at home who want more information, just head on over to the Aging in Style page on our website, WNEM.com.